Hello guys and welcome to another video, and today we are back with another episode of What If History Started Over. This is Season 3, Episode 2, and before we start, I'd like to say I'm greatly thankful for what everybody's said. I'm like that people liked the first episode of the Season 3. We should keep this going. If you guys really want to show your support, comment down below. You can say, hey, I like the series, or you could give me suggestions on what you would like to see in the series in the future. That will be greatly appreciated, and let's get on with the video. The very first event is going to be around here. These two states are not very strong, so they only have really one choice. They have to form a union. The color is not going to be orange, it's just a placeholder color. But, there we go, that's a unique color. So now we have a new union state here. They are completely, the people are cooperative with this. This, by every means, is a wanted thing. Now, I got a comment on the Discord that people agree with me when I say this. These borders are nasty. They will get fixed up in future wars, just keep that in mind. So now with them unifying, it's time for the daily thing. In this season, it's unfortunately carving up Poland one step at a time. The Germans will take some land up there and try to straighten out their border down here. The Russians would probably want to push out and gather that land. And the Bulgarians don't want too much, they'll just take a little slice here. They will make Poland survive for quite some time. It's just their way of showing that they love them, but also hate them at the same time. Also, I'm trying to keep a consistent upload schedule, but school is, well, it's high school, so. Also, people are saying that I am ADIS Pro. I am not ADIS Pro, so there you go. Now that Poland has been partitioned once again, we can move on to another matter. And that is that over here, in Asia, there's going to be more civil unrest around here. What is this big blob over here? What is this big blob? What is this? Like, what is this thing? Nobody understands it, so we're gonna have a big partition of it. People want some land here. They're just gonna carve it up. This country definitely needs more land, but it needs to be somewhat more natural. Yeah, they'll gain these lands. I know these borders aren't the best either, but you know what? After this episode is done, I'll put, for the people on the Discord, you can redraw the map. Correct border corrections, you know? And then I'll make that the canon map from the next episode onwards if you want. Keep certain events in mind. So now, they will go around, and they definitely want this territory. This territory, in general, is just good for them. And since it's one of my episodes where deleting a few lakes, that sucks, I will redraw some lines. That makes it a lot better, and now it doesn't look like one of those graphs you'd see in math class. Yeah, their borders are bigger, but they're not the only one trying to gain some land, because we have Pink Team, who they're just going up and down here with this territory. It's like, you know that time in Roman history where they're just going against Persia, or whatever happened to be right here at the time? They just go back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, it's kind of like that. The border here is very goofy. I'd probably change that a bit if I were the map maker. Anyways, this state kind of needs some more land, so they will go out and try to annex what they can. Given that, you know, other countries are going to want to stake at the land as well. Korea would be the biggest eater over here. They would want quite a bit. They're definitely not a picky eater, that's all I have to say. Their goals is they want that lake, they want more land, and they want to spread out. Yeah. I don't get why they'd want to do that. I mean, the land doesn't have that many resources. There's still quite a few bits of resources, but as of right now, they're not going to find the best way to use them. So, it doesn't make as much sense as it would make in the future. Alright, now that I destroyed a couple lakes, it's time to get the other border straightened out here. That's just an ongoing joke, me erasing the lakes. Not sure if that works on my theory that I'm not ADIS Pro. Guys, I'm not ADIS Pro. I will re-clarify that again. I'm not ADIS Pro, but he's a good YouTuber, so I guess it's okay that I'm being called him. But for the record, I'm not ADIS Pro. I sound different. And I'm not an American. I'm a Canadian. Anyways, they took big chunks out, and now this looks like a Minecraft anvil. I guess Japan's gonna take their bite. They probably want to go out into Siberia. So that's their big chunk, and now it looks like, I don't know, bus route? I don't know, I ran out of things to call it. These borders are ugly. We need to fix this up right now. the Russians, of course, want some land, so they will take some land. They definitely will. And the Kazakhs can also take more land. Pretty cool. Over to them. They're milking this over here. They're getting all the goofy, I guess not so goofy, but they're getting a lot of land, and now they look like the pinhead. I guess Korea gets the rest of that. And now, this doesn't help the map look any better, but you guys can redraw borders. You can even create new countries. We'll see if that rebellions happen. I don't know. Upgrade the map. Upgrade the border. I'll create some lore around it. Anyways, speaking about the borders, the Middle East is pretty unstable right now. It's time for an all-out war. I wonder what the sides will be. They are very angry at them, and they want some of these lands. If they hate them, they'd probably support them. I guess keep a good neighbor. Will Russia get involved? Maybe. I'd say yeah. On the red team to get some Black Sea. But you know what? I'll leave Russia out of this one. The lime team would be a red. So now it's overly red. That also go red. We have like a big war here going on. Like an absolute war here. This will cause a bunch of deaths. Anyways, let's get into it. Starting here at the kind of the breaking point of the war, we would have Turkish troops going in. Now this country isn't very strong, and the other countries around them are stronger. So they would eventually get eaten up and eliminated. But the blue team is starting to have some good times. They managed to push somewhat in, although they did fortify their border before the war. You know, because they know they can't trust the blue team people here. But anyways, they gather up their troops, and now it's time for them to take down the rest of the blue team. But eventually managed to kick the blue team out of the red team and start to push on in. Over here, pink team, other words, I guess we're gonna call it India. They're gonna start a push in, as they want to fix the border over here, because they also agree that it's ugly. I mean, from here, I guess Russia would join the war on the red team, or no. Won't they want to join the war on the blue team? Because of Bulgaria? You know, or just can say they all joined in on the red team here. Now they are really outnumbered. They have a way larger force here, and they're gonna start pushing in. Now, Persian army is very strong, but how strong is it? Not enough to take around all these countries. They can't bully their way out of that. And the only country safe for the most part now is Kazakhstan. They will soon get bullied out of existence as well. Capital would have most likely been captured by now, causing them to collapse. What is going on here? Finishing paint bucket, apparently. I have no clue what's going on. What? Okay. I guess they wanted an intervention there. Anyways, we all know where this is gonna go. The Russians push in from here. And, what is going on? Why is this program so laggy right now? They push in from here. And it is lagging out a storm. It's trying to keep up with how much stuff I'm doing. That doesn't make sense. Anyways, we all know. Bang. They collapsed. So the red team is on the winning side here. So, how will the borders get redrawn in the Middle East as a whole? We will see now. The very first thing that would want to be covered is for the what happens to the Holy Land here. They'd lose some land over here, some land over here, but they'd be forced, they'd have to stay intact for historical and religious purposes. Although they do lose some territory, they will still remain alive. Now over here, Persia will lose some land too. The Arabians here. My cat stopped in to say hello. My cat says hello, viewers. The Russians would definitely want control around here, but the other countries would tell them most likely to stop here. You know, they don't want Russia to have too much power after all, so they'd have to agree to get only a small slice, but they wouldn't make an agreement with the Turkish government to purchase these lands. Classic Harley deleting lakes again, yep. Turks would get some of Persia as well. Bam! Now over here, it's not gonna be a completely fixed border, but somewhat fixed, I'd say. But what happens with Kazakhstan? Aren't they gonna get punished? Yes, they will. Russia gains quite some land here. But again, we don't want to just straight out eliminate any countries so far in this series. We want to build up towards like bigger wars. If you understand why countries aren't getting wiped out every episode. Anyways, these are the new world borders. And that's gonna wrap it up for today's episode. The episodes will start getting more and more heavy as the series goes on, or as the season goes on. And I hope you like this video. Again, make sure to show your support, and goodbye.